Star Wars 7x7, episode 2420. Back at the Disney Investor Day in December of 2020, there were a number of projects that were not mentioned, not discussed, and naturally that led to speculation about the situation for those projects. One of them, of course, would be Rian Johnson's trilogy, and while it's still not official confirmation from Lucasfilm, it's confirmation once again from Rian Johnson himself that the project is still on. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy. And thank you so much for joining me for it. So, here is the deal. This was a little bit of a Twitter thing that naturally, because it involved Rian Johnson and Star Wars, ended up trending on Twitter about people discussing The Last Jedi. You know, just anytime it happens, it's just like, here we go again. But here's the deal. So a woman named Soraya Wilson, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, her profile says that she is a USA Today best-selling author, but I think there were a couple of mistaken things, presuming that she was doing this for USA Today, and she actually went, to make a point on Twitter to say, no, I don't work for USA Today, I'm a freelancer for them, but she is an author who has been on their bestseller list. Anyway, she had the opportunity to interview Rian Johnson and also Daisy Ridley, and over the past couple of weeks, she's been posting little snippets of the conversations that she's had with the two of them. But in particular to the whole Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy situation, Soraya tweeted that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is still happening. She says that all she knows right now, or at least what she got from the conversation, was that there are no dates, there's no timelines because Rian has other projects going on, but that, yes, it is still definitely happening, and that's all she knows about it. And of course, there are folks asking whether it was recorded, but unfortunately, apparently not. Even Clayton Sandell, who's with ABC News and who does a lot of fun Star Wars stuff, asked about a transcript possibility, but apparently, not really happening either. So, such is life. We're rolling with this, which, I have every reason to believe that it's legit. So, here's the thing. The thing that got me kind of a little raised the neurons firing. That's the horrible wrong analogy, but basically it was the use of projects plural. Right now, all we know about is Knives Out 2. That's the only project that we know about that Rian Johnson has going on that isn't related to Star Wars, but projects plural was kind of fascinating. So I was digging into that and trying to find out what that could mean, and his IMDb page for Rian Johnson, it only lists the Knives Out sequel and that's it. But T Street Productions, which is his production company that he has with his longtime producer Ram Bergman, they are working on, or they have a movie in there called Satellite that is in development. And according to Deadline Hollywood, Satellite is a science fiction feature film written by Ola Shakumbi and produced by Kira Hart and Stephen Fetter for T Street Productions. And so when I read that, the name Kiri Hart went bing, 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 bing. And I realized that there's a bit of news that we didn't talk about from November of 2019 about Kiri Hart leaving Lucasfilm for T Street Productions. And if you're not familiar with Kiri Hart, well, here is the deal. Here's how her experience is described in that Hollywood Reporter item. Hart most recently served as Lucasfilm's Senior VP of Development from 2012 to 2018. She formed the Lucasfilm Story Group and oversaw the creative development of all Star Wars content across film, animated television, publishing, gaming, immersive media, and theme parks. And she worked with Rian Johnson when she was co-producing The Last Jedi, so apparently he recruited her after that to come to T Street. And the Hollywood Reporter article goes on and says Hart has plenty of Star Wars experience, having also been a co-producer on Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Rian Johnson had a cameo in that, but unrelated overall, and a producer on all 4 seasons of the animated television series Star Wars Rebels. Upon departing Lucasfilm at the end of 2018, Hart formed a producing partnership with this other person, Stephen Fetter, who had been somebody working on our team there. He was a VP on the development team. And it also goes on to say that Hart is a creative consultant on Pixar Animation Studios' film Soul that was released straight to Disney Plus late last year. And oh my gosh, what a movie that was. And it says she's also consulting on several other Pixar projects as well. So Knives Out, the sequel for sure, but then his production company having all of these other things in the works. I mean, I guess technically if Carey Hart is consulting on several Pixar movies, then you could say that T Street is consulting on several Pixar movies. So there's a lot going on at T Street Productions, and whether that factors into the projects plural that Soraya Wilson is talking about in terms of Rian Johnson having multiple projects that he's working on and that he's not getting to Star Wars because of that, well, at least this kind of opens the window a little bit into the possibility of what's going on. But again, we only have announced the 2023 spot for Patty Jenkins and Rogue Squadron. We know that Taika Waititi is working hard on a film. We know that Kevin Feige has something going on, and there was a rumor about J.D. Dillard as well, which we haven't heard anything about at the moment. There was nothing at Investor Day, and that has only been rumored. So, who knows? And the calendar itself for Disney is only out to 2027. I mean, it's just 6 years away. That's not like forever or anything, but there are only 3 movies on it, and yet you have to wonder if the wheels get turning well enough. Would they put more on the schedule, or are they going to wait until we get past 2027 to start introducing Star Wars movies at a more rapid clip? Certainly with the Investor Day presentation as it is now, the focus is definitely Disney Plus, and that's not just for Lucasfilm, but for all of Disney's properties. So, yeah, hopefully we will get to hear something more official sometime, and it might not be until Star Wars Celebration in 2022 that we get to hear something more, but there's still going to be a lot of investor calls for Disney between now and then, so we can hope. Anyway, so that is where things stand these days with Rian Johnson and his Star Wars trilogy. Still happening, so hang in there. It might be a while, but yeah, it's still a thing. And that is going to do it for this episode of the show. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it, as always, and may the Force be with you, wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.